Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, your full package fashion teacher here from India. If you missed my last video on bodies contouring, kindly go back and watch. So in today's video, we are going to be designing from our contoured bodies. First, I am going to be tightening the overbust. I have a full detailed video on overbust tightening in one of my, on my page. You can go there and watch. I will link it up here. So here I'm tightening the overbust. I took half of the dark leg on both sides and connected it to the bust point, and then back to the shoulder dark leg. Then I brought out the armhole a little bit because of the tightening. It could deepen the curve of the armhole, so to avoid it to be too deep, so I usually bring it out once I do the overbust tightening, right? Yeah, so that's that. So after this, I'll go ahead and close the shoulder dart so that I can create whatever style line I want around the overbust area. So I'm going to slash on the to the bust point right from the waist, and then I went ahead to close it to the new tightening line I have created. Then I'm just going to temporarily uh close it, yeah, with my paper gum tape. Yeah, so while it's being closed, you can draw any style line of neck you want right now. Any design of neckline you want, you can create it, be it altar, be it sweetheart, be it queen hand, whatever design of neckline you want to create, you can create it now. So for me, this my neckline is more like is an across neckline, okay, more like a queen hand neckline basically. So, but I want it curvy around the over bust, and then you can see how I am connecting it. I took it a little bit above the chest line from the center front and connected it to the armhole part. So then I went ahead to use my curve roller to smoothen it. Yeah, so after this, I went ahead to draw the shoulder strap. Okay, so my shoulder strap is a little bit closer to the neck point. Then I connected it to the over bust, just shifted the point, the base of the strap a little bit to the left side of my dart line, of my shoulder dart line. Yeah, so I think I went ahead to reshape the curve of the neck because I feel like it's not really obvious. I really want it a bit more obvious, so I reshaped it, and that's it. So you can see it's looking more like a queener neckline, just that it's not a sweetheart shape this time around. So that place I shade off will be cut off because it's no longer needed. Yeah, so even though we've shifted our back waist dart to the center back, you can still panel the pattern piece if you want to. So, and that's exactly what I did. I drew a line on the actual dart line, and then I connected it to mid of the armhole region for me to have my style line for the princess dart line. Yeah, so that's the line I'm going to divide. Yeah, for me to have two panels on the back and then two for the front. So you can see the steps of creating this thing is as simple as ABC. So I also want the style line coming from the dart of the front to also go towards the armhole, so it looks exactly like a princess style line. Okay, so while it's still closed, while the shoulder dart is still closed, I can do that right now before I go ahead to panel the pattern. Yeah, and so then I went ahead to cut. Since I've gotten the shape I want on my pattern, the shape and the style line, ensure you cut carefully. Do not cut inward the lines you've drawn, so you don't reduce your measurements, and do not add to it so you don't increase your measurements. Yeah, cut exactly on the line. So ensure that as you're cutting the pattern pieces, as you're dividing them, make sure you keep them in the right places so that it doesn't fly away. Yeah. And now it's time for me to mark the point of intersection where the shoulder strap joins the armhole, and the second point of the shoulder strap where it joins the overbust. I marked it because I'm going to notch it on my fabric so that when you're bringing them together, they sit in the right places. Yeah, so you do that before you separate the pattern pieces. So I label that shoulder strap so I do not misplace it or mix it up. So after that, I open up that leg I closed, and then I withdrew the uh, style line. Okay, that curve going towards the post, towards the hammer. I withdrew it. Okay, then I try to close it back to see if my overpost is still well blended. Then I went ahead to separate the pattern pieces. So I have not shaped my back neckline at this point, so I decided to do that using the shoulder strap from the front. I just align the shoulder slope of both front and back so that I can shape my neckline for the back. So I lower the neck a little bit and then connect it to the new neck point. So it's time to label. I added the allowances value. Okay, it's very important you do that so that even if you're not the one cutting the fabric, the person handling it can know the allowances to add, right? Yeah. So the center front will be cut on fold. Though at the end of the day, the my girl who cuts the fabric ended up splitting the center front, so we had to add allowance to it. But most of the time, my center front is usually on fold. Yeah, so that's it. It's time for us to transfer the pattern to fabric, and I'll be working with a velvet fabric. So there is something I need to show you before we move further to cotton. Don't go anywhere. The major reason why I need to show you this, which is very, very, very important, nobody will tell you this, is the light reflection on velvet fabric. Velvet has direction. Okay, you don't just cut it anyhow. Now, let's look at this together. This is the lengthwise grain of this velvet fabric. This is the lengthwise grain. You can see the selvage. This is the length, while this is the crosswise grain. Okay, most of the time we cut on the lengthwise grain because the lengthwise grain is not always as stretchy as the crosswise grain, which is the way I will be cutting, right? Now, when you place velvet in a direction and you put light on it, the reflection of light is different from what you will get when you turn it into the opposite direction. I don't know if that is going to be visible on the camera right now, but from what I can see here, let's see it together. Let me place it here. The way it is now, it looks darker. If you're looking at it, it looks darker. But when you place it the opposite direction, the light is just shining on it, and it looks somehow, it looks like it has stains around it. So I will never cut in this direction. I will make sure that my fabric, the pattern is placed upwardly this way. So always check and
check the reflection of light on the velvet fabric before you start cutting. So now this is one of my pattern. This is the upper part, okay? So the upper part is going to be here. I must not do it this way. So I have to cut it this way. Make sure that the up is here and then the bottom is here. When you look at it, it looks sophisticated, it looks rich this way. But when you look at it this way, it looks like it is cheap because of the reflection of light on it. So do not go and cut a pattern in this direction and cut the other one in this direction. You must all follow the same direction from top to the bottom for all your pattern, for all of them. So it's either you cut in the opposite direction or you cut in this direction. But for me, I'll choose to cut in this direction because of the look I have on the velvet fabric like this. This is not just with black velvet, it's with all other colors of velvets, all others, especially the bright colors. So you have to be very careful when working with it. So now I have cut the size I need for the whole of the top, and I have iron hairstay on it. So all I need to do now is to place my pattern and then cut. Do not cut your pattern. Do not transfer the pattern onto the fabric before pressing hairstay. If not, it's going to shrink. In fact, it's not going to come out well. So make sure you iron hairstay on the fabric before you start cutting the pattern. So after this, you won't need to be doing any major pressing again. You won't be pressing the same lines, and yeah, and that's it. So I'm going to go ahead now and transfer the ones I've cut on the line. I've already ironed hairstay and all of that, but I will just place it directly on this velvet fabric and also take note of the direction, and then we will start with the sewing process.